What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Brittana. If you are new here, welcome again. I create content all about holistic living, wellness, motherhood, self-care, fashion, and all things in between all of that. So with that being said, please make sure that you subscribe, turn on your notification bell because I do post content weekly. So let's get right into this video. Actually a highly requested video. I've actually gotten this question asked a few times from like people on Instagram when I spoke about my birth story and like, you know, close family and friends. But this was also something that I myself, when I was like, you know, doing the research for, didn't really see that many like YouTube videos out there for this like topic specifically. So when you go and search like what's in my birthing center bag or what's in my hospital bag, mainly a hospital bag is what you'll see a lot of videos about. And for me, that was something that I was like, well, dang, like what am I supposed to do? I mean, at this point, there probably may be a couple more videos that have surfaced. And so I guess this would be my way of like adding to the pool of that. Just kind of showing you guys things that you actually need in your birthing center bag, things that you may need, things that you don't need, and just overall just show you guys like that process. So essentially, like I just mentioned, this video is going to be me, like I said, showing you guys like the things that I packed in my birthing center when I was preparing for my birth. Now, when I thought of creating this video, I realized laughed like really hard like after the fact, because like when I'm creating this video, like my son's already born, and I laughed because I only used like 3, maybe 4 things from this bag. Now they may look completely differently for you, which is why I still wanted to do the video, because you know there may be rare instances where you may go to a birthing center and you may get transferred to a hospital, or you may just go to a birthing center and may have to like stay overnight or something like that. In most cases you may not have to do any of that. Like with me, I was able to go within like an hour. My son was born literally less than an hour, because as soon as we got there he was born. And then I stayed like an hour or 2, and then we left that same night and I was able to go home, compared to like the traditional like hospital way where you may have to stay a couple of nights and things of that nature. So like I said, my only source of reference was like researching on like Pinterest and Google and looking at different checklists of hospital bags and just, you know, comparing that to that of the birthing center's checklist, which they do provide for you when you're preparing for your birth, and kind of combining and creating my own like packing list. So I have my little, I still have this, you guys, my little birthing center folder, which I have my birth plan, which was like my #1 thing that I carried with me to the birthing center, which I didn't need really. I was glad to have it though. This is something that would fall under that category of like you don't really need it, but it's kind of good to have. And if you have a doula, which I do recommend, have them have a copy of this, have you have a copy of this, and at least already have it sent between you or your doula to the birthing center or wherever you plan to have birth. So on the back of this little handy dandy birthing plan, I do have my like packing list, and you obviously won't be able to see it completely here, so I'll probably have like the insert, like a clip. Comment down below if you want to like me to actually share my packing list with you guys, only because like if you're like me, I'm a planner and I need to like know what it is. Like I said, just give it all to me and I'll figure out what it is that works for me or what doesn't. But I'm just gonna go through the list. I have it up on like a copy of it up on my laptop so I can see it, and then I'm going to share with you guys all the things that I have on the list, and then I'll kind of like walk you guys through the things that I have in the bag. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make this more of like a review type of situation, and then you kind of like, and then I kind of will like go into more or less like a what I have in the bag. So essentially, like, you need certain items obviously for the car, like the car seat, that's like a given, like a must. You need things for the baby, your partner may need things, and obviously you have your birthing bag as well. So this was my birthing bag, and so this is what it looks like. You guys, y'all wanna be a little chic or whatever. It actually matches my my diaper bag, which is super funny. And the funny thing about this is like, you know, a regular like little kind of tote suitcase, and I used to just use it as like my carry-on, but I was like, this is a perfect bag, you know, for this occasion, so I didn't have to go and buy another one. So I'm gonna go back to this in a second, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about the things that go into the car. So they recommend, like, well, what I have on my list and the birthing essential list combined. I have my ID, which is what I had. Yes, it says to have your pregnancy medical history, family contact list, towel, pillow, plastic bag, sunglasses, blender, baby car seat, breast pump, water filter. All right. Okay, so quick story time. Let's go back to the blender. Now, just about everything on there we did have. I did not have my MP3 player. I did have headphones because I have my phone. I created an actual playlist, which is what I talked about on my birthday story. And it was all like, you know, hypnobirthing sounds, meditation sounds, and things of that nature. So I had just about everything that, like the family contact list, my insurance ID, all of that on my phone and my partner's phone. So that was kind of like a given. I did not have a plastic bag, but I did have the towel. Now that was something that I would say I would recommend regardless, because you just don't want no spills or no mishaps. And we literally just grabbed that on like the way out. So that's something that you can like just put like a towel to the side if you want. But like I said, we just grabbed like one of the old towels, and like, yeah, if you haven't watched my birth story, definitely go check that out, because I talk more about that into details there. But back to the extra, the blender. So the short story is I've been following this like amazing vegan chef for like years, even before I had my son, Chef Ike. She's vegan, and she had like a vegan pregnancy, and obviously her son is vegan as well. And she had this book at that time called Superfood for the Modern Baby, which I felt like I really resonated with, and I wanted to obviously know more because I was doing my research like crazy. And so my partner got that for me for Christmas, and it was like an ebook, and I just went through that. Long story short, she mentioned something about that during that time with her having like certain issues with breastfeeding, and she didn't want to I guess like have like the hospital give her son like any of like the formula and things of that nature. So she had like her husband or her partner go get the blender, and they made like a hemp baby milk. So that's the reason why I had a blender on my birthing plan. I mean, like on my packing list. Did not use it, but I'm glad I had it. Like I said, overachiever here, like we're just extra, okay? So that was, like I said, completely extra. You probably don't even need it. And to be honest, if you're smart, which I wanted to do, pre-package your meals, people. This is so out of like the side, like, you know, left field. Pre-make your meals if you have like, you know, if you're fortunate for the time to do so, and pre-make those meals. So I mean the milks. So what you could do is like get like some reusable, I can link some stuff down below, but you can get some reusable like breast milk storage bags, and put the like homemade milk into that. And if worse comes to worse and you're so against like the formula, or you're so against like not going in that direction, then at least you already have something else as like an alternative. But like, so that's completely side topic. Back to the main things. Okay, so had the blender but did not use that. Water filter, same thing. So we were not sure if we would end up having to stay there overnight, and I just wanted to just make sure that like we had our filtered water, and didn't want to like drink from, you know, the pipes and stuff, like the tap water. So we just wanted to make sure that we had our literally like water pitcher with us. Okay, so now I'm gonna actually talk more about the like birthing bag. And so what I did was combine the baby's bag and my birthing bag. And I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. A lot of these things that I have on my list, like right now, I will have to probably just insert a picture because I do not have any more, or ran out of, or I just did not use. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So the first things I have on the list, I have the signed copies of the birthing plan, which I definitely do and still do have that because, you know, keepsake person over here. And I also have like the audio track, like Payment Birthing audio tracks, like all on my phone. Something I did not have BioFreeze. I didn't even put that in the bag, but I have my, oops, wow, this is completely open. So I have like my little pouch here. I had like a little toiletry bag that I had like little extra, like little water wipes in it. I had the honey pot, like feminine wipes in there. I have my breast nipple covers in there. I have like the basic toiletries, like the extra toothbrush for myself. I have like, you know, like a small shower caps, like small deodorant. I have the native shower cap, the native deodorant in here, and just like a few extra other little toiletries, like my lip balm. I definitely do have that in here as well. So that's some things that I have for that. And since we're talking about toiletries, I also have I have some vitamin E oil, and then I have some coconut oil. I'm out of almond oil, but I do wanted to mention that as well because these three are great for like the perineal massages, which we did not end up using the night of. Obviously, I clearly use these and the almond oil for practicing like the stretching of, you know, the perineal area for when the baby's supposed to, like, you know, the head's gonna come out and things of that nature. They just use like a generic oil, to be honest with you guys, and like I said, I didn't even really have to get anything out of my bag until after the birth. So I do want to recommend this just in case like you are like, you know, in the moment, like I wasn't thinking like, oh my god, grab the coconut oil, because it was already too late. By the time I got, please watch my birth story if you haven't already, but by the time I got there, like it was already like about to happen. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. What else do I have on here? So I did not have any pillows. I just kind of like let that be. I have on here to have my birth ball, but I used my birth ball here, and I knew when I did the tour for the birthing center that they had a birthing ball, and I really wanted to have it like the room with the birth ball. They had the tub and all that stuff like that, and I ended up having that room. Once again, I didn't use any of that. So yeah, like I didn't use any of those things, but that's on my list. Next thing, it talks about camera. So we did grab the camera. We didn't actually use the camera, but we did have the camera. My doula recorded everything on I think on my partner's phone, so that's how we were able to save like the footage. Keep it simple, people. What else did I have? So I had washcloths. So that is something, once again, like I didn't end up really actually no, I did use the washcloth. I used the this bamboo, like, what's it called, baby rag burp cloth thing. So I used this to kind of like wipe him down and get him clean. So I had a few of these, like these little bamboo, like organic 100% bamboo, like birth cloths that I just had. Now you guys, when I was prepping for all of this, I had my baby his like newborn outfit. It was like still at home, and I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, this is what he was supposed to wear. This is the outfit he had, and it came with a little hat. It's in my bag somewhere. I just kept it in the bag just because we put it in him the next night, but I honestly just put him in like a little onesie and then a little hat, and then I had these little blankets that I put him in. So I definitely recommend for sure having at least an outfit with a hat and like some socks, depending on the weather. It was the summertime, so we were fine with like just like the little small onesie and then the blankets. So yeah, that's definitely a recommended thing. So what it also talks about having the husband's worn undershirt. I didn't have that. It says my clothes that you wish to go home in, like a maternity outfit. So I had 2 sets, right? So I wore this. This is my official birthing dress, okay? I literally wore this the day that I went to go give birth. I literally wore this the same day after I gave birth. So I literally took this off, you know, after, like, when I got there, and then I just put it back on, you know, to be honest. But I did pack a second outfit. Let me show you guys my little second outfit. I had also, like I said, extra things. So I had like a little jumpsuit romper thing, because that was the only other thing that kind of like fit at the time. And then I had a hoodie just in case it got cold. I do want to say that I didn't use like these 2 outfits, but I would recommend them if you are like in a chance of, or you are in the situation of having to transfer to a hospital or something where you have to stay overnight and you don't want to repeat your clothes, or if it gets cold. So these are things that I would say kind of are somewhat like must-haves. So like, once again, the sweatshirt, the extra change of clothes are must-haves. The oil, at least one of the oils, so whether it be like the almond oil or the vitamin E oil. Like I said, I had all 3 because I'm like, I don't know whichever one we can grab, so we didn't end up using any of them. But that, and for sure the baby outfit and the washcloths. Obviously you would need some wipes and diapers. They recommend to carry some like sensitive, like, I don't know, diaper rash cream. So this is like from the brand Babel Botanicals. Is EWG verified, is vegan, non-toxic, and this is like one of my go-to brands. So we just carried this, didn't use it. Oh yeah, so like the diapers, let me go back to that. So yeah, we have, these is by the brand Eco Boom. So we have the little diapers as well. You obviously need diapers, so those are also like go-to, like must-haves. Wipes, which is this is by the brand Hello Bello. A little squished, but this is by the brand Hello Bello. I really like using Hello Bello because of the fact that it's 99% water, and compared to like some of the other generic brands, like I've actually done the research to see like which wipes and diapers are like biodegradable, vegan, non-toxic, things of that nature. And this one was like one on the list for the for the wipes that were like really good in terms of being like non-toxic. Even I was surprised to even see like the water wipes kind of fell below this, which is why I was like, okay, you know what, let me just see what else I can find. So that's that. I also was using like a few other brands, but that's a separate video for another day. So another thing they recommend you guys having is like a robe. So I definitely did have a robe. This is the robe that I was like laboring in, so I carry this with me, and it's comfortable. It just ties up, and I would say this is kind of like an extra must-have. It's not necessary, but it is extra, just so if you are like laboring like at the hospital or at the birthing center, you can have something that's cozy, that's yours, that just connects with you. Like, granted, my son is blue. My son is a boy, so I had the blue robe specifically. I bought it specifically for the labor. So I would recommend doing that for you, like, so you can be comfortable. So some other things that I had here was the socks. So I had a few pair of socks here, which is like extra. I don't have to really show you guys that. Like I said, I had I have my bamboo like nipple covers for breastfeeding. Like I said, because it's depending on how long you're gonna be there, you might do want to just get you a pack just to have. Like I said, I didn't really end the meeting because I was able to go home the same day, but if you're not in that situation, definitely would recommend having that. Just in case you have like hemorrhoids or extra situations going on down there. This is by the brand Earth Mama. It's the herbal perineal spray. So this is what I use. And then I also had my Peri bottle. This is one of the 3 to 4 items that I was referring to in terms of like you need. This was good because after like the afterbirth and all the extra stuff came out, it was real messy, and so we needed something to clean us up, and this was it. And I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I got this with my birthing ball. I'll link everything like my birthing ball and all that stuff like that in my Amazon essentials list down below, so you guys have access to all that good stuff. But this was like for sure what you need, wherever you go, home, birthing center, car, freaking the hospital. This is definitely a must-have to help you like get clean down there, because it does get a little messy. So another thing that you need aside from that is maybe some like maternity bras. And so I had got I have maternity bras, which is basically like the bras that, you know, have like the little strap and it kind of like detaches at the top. I still use these to this day, obviously, because I'm breastfeeding, so it just makes my life so much easier. So yeah, I have that. Aside from the maternity bras, one thing you also will need is disposable undies or like maternity wear. Now, to be honest, I think most hospitals will provide that, at least for the first night if you do need them. I know that the birthing center usually recommends having your own, but I feel like if you are in, like, you know, they're just in case, it's a case-by-case scenario, but if you really needed to like borrow one, I think they could like, you know, help you out with one, which is what I did, because like I said, I had my maternity underwear, but because it was a little messy down there, I just layered up with pads, but I did just borrow one of their disposable undies until I was able to go get the Rael disposable undies for the remainder of like that first week. So that's something else I would recommend. And the Rael ones are 100% cotton, and like they're disposable. So I like that idea much better than like the generic brand that I have on this list is like socks and like my little like you know, shoes, dimensions to have like a little like, you know, like bedroom slippers. So I had that. I also had which I didn't use. I had the nipple cream, which I didn't use, but obviously you will still need that, so they do recommend having that with you. I had panty liners and pads, so I used the brand Organics, and like I said, Rael. Those are the 2 main ones. And then later my doula also gave me some postpartum pads from the Honey Pot, so I was using that as well. So the other thing that I needed to have was my bottle of like a little storage bowl for my placenta. So if you guys haven't already, definitely go back to my channel to check out my placenta encapsulation video. I did get my placenta encapsulated, so I did have to bring something extra like for that, which we didn't end up using because the midwife there has her own separate package for the placenta encapsulation, since we already had it arranged. Luckily, she was able to already store it some like in her own like supply, so that kind of worked out in our favor. So some other things that I have on my list: a lavender eye mask. Y'all, don't even, I mean, like I said, unless you extra like me, you do not need that. You do not need no lavender eye mask. I had that. I'm gonna insert a picture to see. I'm gonna see if I can even find it, because I gave that to my sister. I gave that to my sister. I was like, I'm not using this. Like, I don't even know why. Meanwhile, I have like the little night mask. Like, essentially it is like a little sleep mask. So that's what I mean when I say eye mask. It's like a sleep mask, but it's infused with lavender. So it's a cute gift, but you definitely do not need that. What else I had? So I had a face moisturizer. It goes back to like my toiletry stuff. Diffuser and essential oils. Y'all, listen, I was going for a whole like Jhené Aiko vibe, like, you know, sound bowl, sound therapy, you know, just like ambient music, just like a whole vibe, you know. And luckily, during my labor I had that. But during the birth, it was none of that. Like, it was not necessary. So I had that on my list. but it didn't go down. It didn't go down like that at all. Another thing that was, I do have a little small thing that's kind of extra, y'all. Battery operated like little mini candles. I have a whole pack of these in this bag. I did not use this. Like I said, I was going for a vibe, so do not judge me. Once I finish showing you guys, going through the list and showing you guys all the things, I'm gonna go through, like I said, one more time just to make sure, like a recap of the things you do need. But I'm just showing you guys things so you guys don't make the same mistakes that I did, because it's like, girl, really, like you just extra. Okay, so it was there for the vibe, but that's not it. So that's what that was. In terms of like the food and soft drinks, we didn't end up doing that, but I did have coconut water. We had 2 things of the coconut water, and I had my water bottle. I had like my little glass water bottle. I don't have it right now because it's in the fridge, but I also had an extension cord. Now I do recommend doing that. That's kind of like one of those, like, you don't really need it, but it definitely is like good to have, because you don't know if you are, like, saying where you're going to be at, and even it might not be for you, maybe for your partner. Like if he needs to charge his phone, there may not be that many outlets, you know, it's good to have. Or if you are like on the hospital bed or in the bed or something like that, and you just need to like be comfortable, like I said, that's something that just kind of like extra have. The other things that I have on the list is the portable fan and a book. So I did have a book, but I didn't read it, so it really don't even matter. I believe I had The Conscious Language. That was like the book that I had. I did not have a portable fan because, like, yeah, that was that. But yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so some other things that I did not have. I did not have the umbilical cord powder. I did not have that. A heating pad. I did not have that. The other stuff in here, like, so are just more or less like feminine care things and just like personal hygiene, like things like it's a toiletries that like was just kind of like good for, like, you know, my personal needs if I needed to spend the night. The last thing that I had in the birthing bag that was kind of like extra is I created like little gifts. I'm gonna check to see if I have a picture still. I created little thank you gifts, like little thank you favors with bath bombs, and I put bath bombs and little hand lotions in there to thank the doula, thank my doula and the midwife and the like assistant like midwives for like assisting us in the birthing process. So obviously I don't have that right now because I gave them away, but I did do that. So that might be something else you guys might consider as like a little extra, like if you have the time to do so and like the means to do so, to thank, you know, the people that are helping you, because especially if they're nice. Like, so luckily I had an amazing experience where I was able to have people that cared and like helped me through the process, because it was definitely an enjoyable experience. We all like laughing, joking, like as we were going through the process, so it was definitely good, and I felt like I needed to thank them in that way. The rest of the items in the bag were like all like baby stuff, like baby hat, socks, swaddle, wet wipes, diaper rash cream, as I just mentioned before, blanket, and I also have on here olive oil and coconut oil spray. I think the coconut oil spray, that was like the only thing I did not have, because like I already had like the coconut oil and things of that nature. And then I have a whole separate list on the men's bag, and as I mentioned in my birth story, please pack your man stuff, like even if it's just like a pair of underwear, some socks, or whatever the case may be, because yeah, we just don't need all of that. But yeah, so just to recap one more time, the main things to have is the baby's items, like the blanket, the hats, like the baby clothes, and like the diaper rash cream, the diapers, of course, and then just like maybe some coconut oil, and then like some little washcloth, like the rags. The other things for your stuff is I would definitely recommend having your outfit that you like want to labor in, maybe a robe or a hoodie. It doesn't have to have both, but at least one of the two. A second outfit if you have to stay. The maternity underwear, like disposable underwear or the reusable underwear, as well as the maternity bras, and then yeah, and like and then the extra stuff that I mentioned throughout this like list, like the extension cord or other things you guys may have found very useful. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you truly enjoyed this video. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video.